Fridays. Friday nights were when the crew on duty in the galley made an extra effort. That would be something to look forward to, no matter how awful Skippy's shows were. Genius! Wow, you are on fire today, Joe. I would be on fire for real, because the crew would burn me at the stake when they heard how I sold them out. In my defense, I managed to make the agony more manageable by cutting his 6-hour crapfest into 1-hour segments. Thanks, you inspired me, I said, without gagging. It never hurt to suck up to Skippy. Can we get back to my question? What are our options for stealing wormhole controller modules? Ranked in order of easiest or most entertaining. Let's skip the fun factor for now. You are such a killjoy, Joe. Okay, fine, he huffed. The easiest option is a set of controllers held by the Esselgen. Let's put that aside for now. They're a Tier 2 species, and we haven't done anything to piss them off yet. They are clients of the Maxoaks, Joe. They don't need a reason to hate us. Yeah, well, let's not give them any incentive. We shouldn't make any new enemies unless we have to, okay? What's next? The Vreen. Again, that would not be my first choice. The Vreen were peers of the Giraffta in terms of technology, though not in terms of territory or military strength. The Beetles were responsible for 36% of territory under the Rindaloo Coalition, while the Vreen were assigned less than 22%. Let's not attack potential allies. Geez, that leaves the Bosphorok. Show me. A minute later, I shook my head. Nope. Why not? He demanded. Those bird brains are holding a pair of controllers in a bunker on a moon they pretty much have abandoned. A raid would be easy in, easy out, minimal risk, even if I wasn't involved. Skippy, think about it. I have thought about it, and think it through. After the raid, what happens? The bird brains get pissed off at us. But they already are. So, no. What happens is all the aliens across the galaxy will know that we raided that facility to acquire wormhole controller modules. Those 2 modules are the only valuable artifacts stored at that base. They don't know those devices are wormhole controllers, numbskull, or they would be held under better security for— Oh, you see now? Yes. Shit. Everyone in the galaxy would know we consider those devices to be extremely valuable and start asking questions. Exactly. The last thing we want is for the spiders to look closely at the controllers they have. They do have controllers? Yes, there are several hundred scattered around the galaxy. They weren't especially rare back in the day. Each Elder starship carried several of them. Crap. If the Rindaloo realized what those controllers do, could they use one? Maybe. It would not be easy, but it is not impossible, I guess. They do have a crude understanding of trans-dimensional technologies. If the spiders can screw with wormholes, that would be bad, but not a total disaster. Wrong, Skippy. If the spiders ever acquire that ability, and the kiddies don't have it, the kiddies would be at a huge disadvantage. They would risk becoming irrelevant. In that case, the Maxolks might trigger a war that could destroy everyone. Ugh! Why is dealing with you meat sacks so damned complicated? It's not fun for us, either. Well, then this isn't going to work. Any place we steal controllers from, we'll know what we took. Not if we erase our tracks by nuking the site from orbit. Whoa! That's against the rules, Joe. We don't actually have to use nukes, Skippy. That's just an expression. Okay, then I suggest we hit the Worgolin. They have 4 controller modules in a museum in a museum? I asked, astonished. Like squid moms and dads drag the kids to look at dusty things and exhibits? Yes, the Worgolin collect all sorts of artifacts, but because they can't afford anything truly valuable, they like to make up in volume what they lack in quality. It boosts their fragile egos to have elder items, even if they are considered useless junk. Along with wormhole controllers, the museum contains a whole lot of elder stuff that truly is entirely useless. Show me. He did. This is perfect, Skippy. Are you sure? There are other options that— I'll look at them, but— I tapped my laptop screen. This one is perfect. Okay, I'm forwarding the info to Smythe and his gang of ruffians. He needs to plan the op. A simple smash and grab, Joe? He asked, a bit too eagerly. We don't have to sneak around anymore, so we still need to get in and hopefully out before the squids know we're there. Getting caught in a firefight could damage the controllers. Oh, good point. Don't worry. Hopefully the op will be silent, but there will be a boom at the end. Oh, goody. Chapter 17. We jumped in 30 light seconds from the target, a Wagalan planet that was absolutely nothing special except for the museum in their capital city. That museum was also nothing special except for the collection of Elder artifacts that were on prominent display. An Elder starship crashed on the planet millennia ago, and the site had been thoroughly stripped of anything considered remotely valuable, so the collection was leftover junk. But the Wagalan were proud that it was their junk. They had no idea that their collection held 4 devices that could be used to communicate with wormhole network AIs. The labels on the displays speculated that the items were anti-gravity field generators. Whatever. All we cared about was that museum security was appropriate for ordinary valuables like art and jewelry, not for machines that could alter the balance of power across the galaxy. We were close enough to get a nice, nearly real-time view on passive sensors, so I switched the main display from the usual tactical grid to a visual feed where the planet looked like a blue and brown baseball with half of it shaded on the right side. All right, Skippy, show me what's out there. Instead of a dizzying view that zoomed in rapidly, he just did a dramatic screen wipe on the display, and suddenly the planet was right there in front of me in amazing detail. Half of the surface was ocean, but overall it was a dry world, with vast expanses of desert. If you were hoping for something like Tatooine, you will be disappointed, because there was only one orange star in the sky. The place did have 2 moons, a small potato-shaped rock that might have been a captured asteroid, and a sphere half the size of Earth's moon. The big moon was remarkable only because its surface was so bland. It was almost uniformly light gray, and lacked the dark seas of dust and big craters that made our moon special. What a boring ball of rock, I commented. Yep, Skippy agreed. It's not exactly... Oh my, he gasped, enhancing part of the image on the display to focus on the light gray ball that orbited the planet. What? I instinctively tried to rise from my chair, held in by the automatic restraints. Joe, that's no moon. Holy sh... I snapped my fingers to get the pilot's attention, too shocked to speak. Bah! Skippy convulsed with laughter. Oh, that was a good one! Damn, I've been saving that for years. Of course it's a moon, you numbskull. You ass. I shook a fist at him. Do not do that. Come on, Joe, I had to do that. There was no point arguing with him. Don't do it again. Can you be serious for a minute? I'll try. Is there anything you see that could change our plans? No, everything is exactly as I expected. A single light cruiser is docked at the space elevator. It will not cause us any problems. The squids installed a strategic defense sensor network in orbit, but never followed up with stealth weapons platforms. They will never see us, or their sensors might detect us, but they will never report their data. Hey, it is even raining over the target now. It can't get any better than that. Good. Program a jump, please. Colonel Smythe, this is the Star Team show. We might have a teensy-weensy problem, Skippy announced in Major Frey's earpiece as she plunged in a halo dive through 36 kilometers altitude over the capital city of the planet. The world was nothing special, being smaller than Earth and less dense, so surface gravity was only 83% of what she was used to. It was mostly dry and cool, with less free oxygen, not that she would notice in her mech suit. No, we don't, she replied, one eye on her rate of descent, the other scanning the enhanced image of the city below. Nothing was highlighted as a threat. No missiles, no incoming aircraft, no ships jumping into orbit, no active sensor pulses. We don't? No, we don't, she insisted, as her ears picked up the high-pitched whistling of thin air rushing past her helmet at supersonic speed. She was approaching the point where the drogue chute would deploy to slow her fall. We can't have a problem, because before my team jumped out of a perfectly good spacecraft, you assured us that you have complete control over every sensor, weapon system, and communications network on and around this planet. Were you lying about that? I might have exaggerated a little. You worthless? It's not that I don't have total access to all communications gear on the planet. I do, but, I might not have been paying attention to every idiotic thing the squids down there are saying. It's so boring. No way could I listen to all of it. Besides, even if I had been listening, I probably would not have known what it meant. Those squids were apparently talking in code, and— Skippy. She pushed aside her anger for the moment. Which squids? What is the problem? Colonel Smythe, are you listening? I am. The Star Team commander's voice was distorted from the low-bandwidth connection. Bishop is also aware. Okay, so, here's the deal. Skippy chuckled nervously. Our timing is bad. Well, actually, our timing is good. Perfect, even. Like I said, we chose just the right moment to hit the museum. It's the middle of the night down there, on the first workday following a major Wagalan holiday. On this dry planet, we also got lucky that there is a steady rain over the city that